the plays here from Christmas Day. We got a card of 5 NBA. We've got 4 college basketball games. We've got college football bowl and an NFL game, and we'll get a lot of the picks for you from all those contests for Christmas Day. So let's take a look here at our crew for today's show. We've got Rod Zawacki will join us, as well El Nino. Mitch is on board, and we'll have Chris Ruffalo will serve as the co-host on today's show. Let's go ahead and bring in Chris. Chris, you ready to roll here? We got a pretty good card here for Christmas Day.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the marquee days of the year, and we have a marquee star-studded lineup of games. So let's get it rolling.
Let's get it rolling. We'll get started the show here with El Nino. Al, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I can't complain. All right, you're gonna lead us off here with the early NBA at 12 Eastern time. It's the Pelicans and Miami on ESPN. With Miami laying about 3.5 to 4 in some places. Total sits about 224.
I see that money's coming in on the Pelicans already. But yeah, this should be a pretty good battle, and I'm expecting to see a lot of defense being played here. Just one team's offensive strength plays right into the other team's defensive strength. So I think, the Pelicans have a lot of great players, but what they don't do too well is shoot the three-point ball. And they'll be trying to attack the basket as much as they can. Bam's a pretty good defensive center. He can play some offense too, but I think he's more of a defensive center the way I look at him. And again, they do have some pretty good defenders. Jimmy Butler can play great both ways as well. So the only thing that would ruin this under here, I think, is if the Heat get hot from the three-point land. But again, I do think that the Pelicans have some young athletic players that can move around pretty quick around the perimeter and contest those shots. So I'm thinking a lot of missed shots, a lot of defensive rebounds, and this game stays under the total.
Yeah, early start time here from Miami. I'm not a big fan of taking Miami on short rest here as you come right back here at 12:30 Eastern, at 12 Eastern time for that early game. I'm not a fan with Jimmy Butler with short rest. Chris, what say you in this one?
I'm going to lean the same way with the under. I think it's going to be just a case of guys still getting their legs underneath them. I think Al hit the nail on the head, though. You're going to have to be a little bit weary if Miami starts hitting those shots from downtown. And, New Orleans was one of the higher-scoring teams in the league last year. I like to run and gun, but I still think early season, guys are still getting back into the flow of things. I like the under.
All right, I agree there with the under. I like Steven Adams with that team as well. All right, El Ninos, what do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? We got a good card for Christmas Day.
Yeah, I got already have my 5 NBA plays out. I liked the side on all those games, so I went ahead and played them all. And really like this under as well. But we'll be looking at the NFL game and the college football game. And then we got some good college basketball games also. So, yeah, looking at a lot of games already on a pretty short card.
It's quality out there, no doubt about that. It's quality, good NBA. We got a contest in the NFL, pretty good college bowl game. So check out El Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. Good time to pick up one of those all-day sports passes. You see that 30-day all sports, get all of L's plays from the NFL, college football, college hoops, the NBA for 30 days when you get a long-term pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, El, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we'll talk with you next week.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, and enjoy all your games on Christmas. More entertainment than we usually get, so enjoy that. And the time with your family, of course. But Merry Christmas, and have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Well, I'll tell you next week. El Nino's here on the drive-thru. We'll continue here with Chris Ruffalo. Chris, you're going to go with some Big Ten action, the late game at 8 Eastern time between Iowa and Minnesota. Big Ten Network will televise. We got Minnesota home dog here. Iowa laying 7. Total sits here at 163.5.
Yeah, this is probably, in my opinion, I think it's going to be one of the best games of the day. I know you got Wisconsin and Michigan State as the early game, but I think this is just going to be a battle. Minnesota, they like to score, and they score bunches at home. And Iowa, well, we all know what Iowa's done this season with Luka Garza, Jordan Bohannon, a bunch of these guys that can shoot the three. For me, the difference here, though, is that Minnesota, I think this is where we're going to start to see, if we haven't seen it already, how much a lack of fans in the stands will affect some of these road environments. The barn at Williams Arena, it's not necessarily the most imposing arena when there's not many people in the stands, if any. And, Iowa's been knocking down whoever's been stepping in front of them up to this point in the season. You look, wins over Iowa State in a romp, Purdue in a romp. They haven't really been out on the road this season, though, and their only road game was on a neutral floor against Gonzaga, and that was the game they lost. But again, a loss to Gonzaga. There are going to be a lot of teams that fall to Gonzaga this year. Minnesota, on the other hand, they did beat St. Louis, which is a very good win at home, but their toughest game of the season on the road at Illinois, again, on the road, but they were absolutely crushed in that game. Illinois and Iowa, I think, are on the same plane, with maybe even Iowa a little bit ahead of the Illini. I like Iowa laying the points on the road here. I just think this is a tough spot for Minnesota. I think Iowa wins this one by at least 9 or 10 points.
So he likes Iowa here in a big one here. I'm always nervous here about Fran McCaffrey and his team's playing defense. It just makes me very nervous. That's the one thing you always worry. Even back when his days in the Metro Atlantic Conference, it was just, let's outscore you. You got Luka Garza there. I don't know. I was looking at the points in this one with Minnesota. Only, like I said, I saw that game against St. Louis. I think St. Louis, a really good team, and that was a really impressive one. But we'll see. We may be butting heads on this one. Yeah. All right, Chris, what you got? Why don't you close it out? You've got the final word on this one.
That's okay. No, that's okay. I was just going to say, you know what? The thing with Minnesota, though, I mean, yeah, the points are definitely worth a look, and I was concerned about Iowa's defense at points as well. I completely agree with you with Fran McCaffrey defense. But you look at also what they did against Purdue, which is a pretty good shooting team by all standards. This is a team that can shoot the ball fairly well as well. And they held them to 55 points, granted, again, at home, but 55 points against 70. So Iowa's showing that they can win both ways. They can win the high-scoring games where they pile on 100 points or 90 points against you, or if they only score 70, they can hold you to 55. I just think this is one of the more balanced Iowa teams. But I get what you're saying about a Fran McCaffrey defense. It's always one of the more tougher things to stomach, especially when you're laying points with them on the road.
No doubt about that one. All right, Chris, good action on Christmas Day. You're having a really good start to the college basketball season, as a lot of the handicappers over at Pig Dogs Premium, over 1,000 units of profit. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium for the big Christmas Day card?
Oh, we are absolutely killing it on the college hoops card, and you guys can see it on the bottom. We're 1,200 units of profit. I mean, there's just a log jam at the top. I know, Mitch is up there with us. We got Ron Romanelli. We got a bunch of cappers that are well over 1,000 units. So it's an honor to be part of the same echelon as those guys. What I'm going to be having over at Pick Dogs, I'm going to be having a Christmas Day, I don't want to call it sale, but I'm going to have a lot of great prices for you guys just until midnight tonight. I'm going to have a deal on my college basketball pass, which right now is something you probably want to pick up considering the profit that we've been making up to this point. Yearly pass, 30-day pass, those are going to be some of your best values. A weekly pass, even a 3-day is going to get you plays all the way up until football on Sunday. Guys, this is some of your best values. We put them up there for you to help put some cash in your pocket, but also keep some cash in your pocket. And, well, with everybody racking up those credit card bills over the holidays, this may be a spot where we can help you get some of that back. So hop on one of those packages, put some cash back in your pocket.
That's right, guys. Pick up a long-term pass from Christopher over at Pig Dogs Premium. See that long-term pass, that 30-day all-sports pass? Look at the numbers from Chris. Over 1,200 units of profit documented over at Pig Dogs Premium. So a good time to pick up those long-term passes. Remember, that's all sports. So everything Chris releases, that would be college basketball, NBA. We're now with the college football bowl season. I'll cover you through the championship game as well as the NFL getting in that playoff action as we approach January. So get on board over at Pig Dogs Premium with Chris Ruffalo. We'll continue on with Chris. And don't forget, guys, subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Of course, it gets started at 10 a.m. in the morning with Mitch with his live show. We also have a computer pick show. And, of course, Mitch with those halftime shows. I'm sure he'll be on Christmas night. There's an NFL game. So have those notifications ready. Have that laptop, that iPhone, or your iPad ready and get that halftime pick from the NFL from Mitch on his halftime shows. And, of course, as always, we always welcome you to give us that thumbs up, that like, and I guess our buddy here, Seven Finger Diddler, again, with hitting that like button. I'd really greatly appreciate that, right, Chris?
Absolutely, and we say it all the time. It helps us, move up on the YouTube rankings. It helps, get our video and our content out to more fresh sets of eyes if people don't know who we are. And if you do, well, you keep getting more premium content like the drive-through, like our morning show, like all of Mitch's videos over at the YouTube channel, and our computer pick shows as well. There's a lot of premium stuff for you guys, a lot of tools to help you with your sports betting, and the more you guys help us, the more we're able to help you. So just hit those thumbs up.
Yeah, so that thumbs up, of course. Thumbs up to you, Chris, for that Northwestern money line. That was a nice win there.
Oh, you know what? We almost had that yesterday. If Washington was able to hold on, that would have been a nice parlay for everybody.
That would have been a nice one, no question. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time to talk with Rod Zawacki. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's also part of the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Rod, how are things going?
Going good, Tony.
All right, you ready for that nice thick steak for your steak Friday Christmas?
Yeah, it's we're gonna have a big prime rib. I got a big, nice 7-kilo prime rib. I'm gonna make Yorkshire pudding to go with it. Big giant Yorkshire pudding, gravy. I've got cauliflower and broccoli. I make a nice white wine homemade cheese sauce to go with them veggies. Oh yeah.
All right.
And then I got a nice Hutterite Saskatoon berry pie to go for dessert.
Sounds
fresh
good.
Homemade from the Hutterite ladies just up the road here.
Beautiful. All right,
Yep.
We see Chris. He's we're trying to keep him alive here. Let's get that Minnesota. You're gonna be looking at the NFL game. This one 4:30 Eastern Time, Christmas Day on Fox and NFL Network. The Vikings at the Saints. Vikings fighting for the playoff live, whatever little chance they have left. Saints are going to be laying 7 points in this one, total 51.
You bet. We got the Vikings and the Saints here on Christmas Day. This is a rematch of last year's playoff game that it was Kirk Cousins' only win in a big game. So you look at the numbers coming into this one. For me, this Saints D ranked third in the league. They're really good. They had a rough week last week, but they played the Chiefs. So I'll give them a little bit of a break there. Coming in here against the Vikings love to run the ball. So you got the Vikings 5th-ranked running attack. But they're going to run into the Saints 4th-ranked running D. At home this year, the Saints don't give up any more than 87 yards a game is what they're averaging here. And I think they shut down Cook from getting over 100 yards this game for sure. Drew Brees gets his first. They started to get a little better as the game went on. As we see, he was starting to shake the rust off from his injury, but I think he comes back in this game and has no problem hitting 30 points and holding the Vikings under 20. Take the Saints minus the 7. I think they win this by 10 plus.
All right, Rod says go ahead and take the Saints here against the Vikings and lay the points. Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. I mean, Vikings 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games. Saints 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 against a team with a losing record. Minnesota needs this game, but this is just a bad schedule spot for the Vikings. I like the Saints as well.
Yeah, I can't agree. You got a drop back quarterback now for the Saints. You don't have that scrambler with Mahomes, the mobile quarterback Mahomes, or that wildcat with Jalen Hurts. It's a drop back quarterback. I think the Saints will have a good time on that in this game against the Vikings. As the Vikings, remember, they had struggled against really good defensive teams this year. We saw what the Colts did to them and saw what the Bucs did to that offense, and we may see the same thing here. And I agree there with Rod with this play. All right, Rod, you're having off to a great start in the NBA. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium for Christmas Day?
For Christmas Day, I'll have a nice Christmas package up there for you guys for the NBA. And I'll probably drop that as low as I can. It'll be a nice deal for you guys. Nice present underneath the tree. We're going to nail those NBA Christmas Day games. I love it. But even better, grab something long term. We got all the rest of the bowl games coming up. We've got college basketball rolling. And a 30-day pass at the back end there. Then last couple of weeks, you're going to get hockey. The NHL will start back up January 17th. So that will be included in your 30-day pass. You'll get a first look at the first few weeks of the NHL as well. Never a bad deal. Jump on something long-term.
Good time to get it right now. Long-term pass from Rod Zawacki over Big Dogs Premium. You see the numbers on NBA document, over nearly 200 units of profit. Pick up that long-term pass from Rod Zawacki. Get all his plays. We've got a 7-day and a 30-day. A 30-day will get you covered for the college football championship game as well as the NFL playoffs. And, of course, hockey on the way as well. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Enjoy that Christmas dinner and the day tomorrow on Christmas Day, and we'll talk to you next week.
We will. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, see, don't forget in the morning. It all starts at 10 a.m. with Mitch on the morning show. And speaking of Mitch, well, it's time to bring him in. You'll find Mitch on his morning show Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Let's welcome Mitch right now to the drive-thru. Let's cue him in. Mitch, how are things going today?
Good. Our show is actually 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We never miss.
Never miss.
Wait. Oh, there we go. I was gonna. Sorry about that. I Al Nino'd you. Our show is 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're not Monday through Friday. We're all the time. We don't go
All the
away.
time.
We just keep showing up.
Coach showing up. That's right. You got the weekend show, of course, for all the action. But Mitch, you're going to be looking at this Laker and Maverick game, 8 Eastern time on Christmas Day. This one on ABC. The Lakers going to be laying 6. Total sits here at 227.5. Both teams looking to get on the win column.
Yeah, last year these teams met 4 times, and they all happened before the bubble. So it was like they were heavily loaded to play each other early in the season, and then they never played each other again. They never met in the bubble, even though both were, of course, were in the bubble. And it's weird because it's like most of the teams in the bubble played each other. These two did not. And what we see generally is when these two play each other is there's just not a ton of scoring in these games. We've seen already a sharp move to the under 3-point drop, and I still don't think it's far enough. These games have gone extremely under. The totals in the previous meetings: 223, 224.5, 223, 217.5, 222.5, 223.5. All of them going under. It's like I don't see how this one gets over. I just don't see it because, especially with the Lakers coming off that loss, everyone knows how you win in the NBA or at any professional sport. You got to D up. So expect the Lakers to D up here and expect the Mavericks to have to do the same.
I agree with Mitch 100% with this play. I like the under in this Laker Mavericks games. The Lakers, they don't want to run. They want Davis and LeBron James off those injury reports. They don't want to see the injury report with Anthony Davis. Remember, every other game, you got one of them on the injury report. They want to slow pace and lean on that defense. Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think first one to 105 wins this game. I think Luka Doncic picking up a knock on his knee as well in the last game. I think that's going to hinder Dallas' scoring a little bit. I know it's in the line right now, but I think that's just going to further affect the Mavericks. And I like the under here as well. I like this trend to keep continuing.
Absolutely. All right, Mitch, why don't you let everybody know what you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, I just want to say that if the Lakers know that if they want to repeat it as champions, it's not going to be Schroeder that gets them there. As much as they seem to like this guy, it's going to be LeBron and AD, right? I mean, we all know that. But at Pick Dogs, we have, as Chris mentioned, red hot college basketball handicappers. I don't check. I'm not a leaderboard watcher, but I'm somewhere on there. I'm sure. I've been pretty decent so far this season, and with NBA, get off to not a lightning start, but just that's not my style. I just chip away. If I could go 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. If I can continue to do that all season long, very tough to lose money that way, and that's how you do it over the long term. It's not about having the big night for me. It's about having the big season. You can't have a big season in December, but you certainly can put yourself in a big hole in December. So we're going to avoid that. We're going to stick with a lot of home teams and a lot of dogs, and that seems to work well in the NBA. But I just want to thank everyone who has been part of it, part of Pick Dogs with us, part of the drive-through, part of our morning show, part of everything. We're not going anywhere. I'm just saying thank you. But it almost sounded like we're closing shop there, right? But it's like we're not closing shop. As a matter of fact, things are just going to be bigger and bigger. We only are just getting started. We only start. I don't know how long we've been doing the drive-through, like a couple of weeks now, and a couple of months, and we're just getting started with things. Pick Dogs is something we put together, and as soon as we got it going, we were shut down. And Sports Chat, there was a whole mess going on, and as soon as I got it back, things got shut down. So now we're finally getting rolling. You can see the numbers, the quality, everything ramping up, and it's going to be bigger and better. And I just want to thank everybody. I'm just in so much of a better place personally and professionally because of you guys sticking with me through it. I was in a bad place at this time last year. I was in a dark place, and everybody that stuck with me, Tony, Chris, everybody, all of you guys out there, I really appreciate it. I know I'm not perfect. I know I don't always say the right thing at the right time to the right people and all those things. That's just not who I am. I'm not going to pretend, that I can do those things. But, what you're always going to get from us is honesty and integrity. And, we have nothing to hide here. So I'm just proud of what we're doing. And I'm really, really excited about the future. We're at, we're about a little over a year in, but, we lost 5 months. you could see 29,500 YouTube subscribers. We're going to hit 30,000 by the end of the year, and I could see us reaching that 10 million goal at some point.
Absolutely, that 10 million goal. All right, Mitch, Merry Christmas to you. Have a good holiday. Enjoy your time, and we'll be listening and watching the show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's every day.
It's going to be a great show. I promise I'm not going to swear. Well, I can't promise that, but I'll tell you what. We're going to keep it very professional. It's going to be a lot more professional than it was today.
All right.
Maybe.
We're going to try.
We'll try it. We always try and act more professional tomorrow.
Will
Anyways,
there be one question here? Will there be a halftime show with that Vikings Saints?
Oh, absolutely. There'll be a halftime show with the Vikings and Saints, and we just got to keep Bittler away from those Iona recruiting trips because he's got Romanelli now with them too. So it's just it's like you're not even going to college. He's like, I know, but the recruiting trips are so much worse.
It's a white T-shirt with Iona written on the front of Sharpie.
It's like, I've heard the recruiting is off the hook.
Absolutely. All right, Mitch, great. Thank you for having a show. And, of course, great pleasure working with you. We've known each other a long time. It's great working with everyone here on the show.
But it's just getting bigger and better. And it's going to be bigger and better in the coming year. I have some new people we're going to be adding and also some other new ideas. And I know Tony has some ideas as well. We just wanted to get it off the ground, get it started. I think we've done that. Now it's time to go next level.
Absolutely. All right, Mitch, have yourself a good night. We'll be tuning in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Aloha,
Remember, you got it. All right, Mitch here on the drive-thru as we continue on. It's time for yours truly to step up with my show pick, and we're going to look at college basketball. Get up early for this one. It's the first game on the card at Wisconsin and Michigan State. And I'm going to go ahead and take the 1.5 with Michigan State plus 1.5 points. It's an angle I used with that Duke game when they played Notre Dame. I expect a bounce here from a Tom Izzo coach team after that bad loss to Northwestern. I mean, the Spartans will defend a lot better here, especially with 4 days between games. And, in the Badgers' lone true road game, they were beaten by Marquette. Wisconsin shot only 38%, 7 of 24 from three in that loss to the Golden Eagles. Spartans, they've been an efficient offensive team, so I see a bounce back here. It's Christmas Day. They'll be at home. Wisconsin's a team on the road on Christmas, so I'm going to go ahead and take the plus 1.5 with this one. What say you, Chris?
Yeah, Tony, to be honest with you, I was trying to see if there was an injury or something. I don't know why Michigan State's an underdog at home here. I mean, I know Wisconsin just came off of that Michigan State's coming off that loss to Northwestern. But that just screams bounce back spot to me as well. Like, this is a Michigan State team. It's not going to take that lying down. And, Wisconsin, we've said it before every time we cover a Wisconsin game here. Wisconsin's not the kind of team that likes to blow teams out. They kind of like to drag teams down to their level. And I don't see Michigan State going down that level. I see them just playing a level above Wisconsin right now. And maybe poisoned to pick against Wisconsin when they're one of the most consistent teams in the country. But I'll take Michigan State here as well.
All right, agreement here with Michigan State plus points here. An early game against Wisconsin. Check out Pig Dogs Premium. I'll have a nice package here for you on Christmas Day. And of course, I also have my long-term passes, 7-day and 30-day, over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, we'll continue on here, Chris. I know there are a lot of other games on the card, some high-profile games. So I want to do a little rapid fire with you here. We'll first start with the bowl game between Marshall and Buffalo. Buffalo laying 4.5, total sits here at 54.
Yeah, I mean, it almost seems like the battle of offense versus defense here, Marshall. They only were giving up, I think it was like 12 points a game for much of the season before, falling apart and I think they were shut out by Rice and lost in the regular season finale as well. I just think Buffalo, with that running offense, with Jarrett Patterson running the ball, I think Buffalo is just going to be too much for Marshall here.
Yeah, we're going to butt heads on this one. I'm going to go with the defensive team here with Marshall plus the points, 4.5. This one's moved a little bit. It was at 5, 4.5. Shop your number here. But one thing about Marshall, the defense showed up every game. And for Buffalo, you can't really say that. They do give up 161 yards rushing, 4 yards a carry. That's against a schedule there. So and Marshall, Thunder and her, they do have a running attack if they need it. And this by far will be the best defense the Bulls have faced. So I will look and take the points here with Marshall. I'll continue on here on the drive-thru. We'll take a look at some of the NBA games that we didn't cover with the Cappers. And we're going to look at this Warriors and Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, Golden State I had Golden State on the money line against Brooklyn just because I thought, you know what, this is Stephen Curry. You know, he's going to lead this Golden State team back to, you know, just say that, hey, we're still relevant in the league right now. And boy, they got flattened by the Nets. And, you know, now I have to go to Milwaukee on Christmas Day with Milwaukee out to prove a point. Golden State's offense is just too disjointed right now. I like Milwaukee laying the points.
I'm going to go under 232.5. I think the Bucks will get a lead, tying the defense in that. They're going to tighten the defense in that loss to Celtics. Celtics had a wild shooting day in that game, but I think the defense tightens. We get a slow pace in the fourth quarter. I'll look to the under in this one with the Bucks and the Warriors. And let's take a look here at this Nets and Celtics game. Really interesting game with the Nets a road favorite here.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, that's a bit of an overreaction to what we saw from Brooklyn against Golden State. You know, I'm still very high on Boston, excuse me, but I still think that you know, I think that Boston's just going to get the job done here. They pulled off the win against sorry, my mind's going a mile a minute here. Bucks. Yeah, they pulled off the win against the Bucks at the last second. I like this combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown against the Nets. I just think that they're going to be able to hold Kevin Durant down as much as they can. But the problem is you got to worry about Kyrie Irving feasting with no Kemba Walker. But I like the value of the Celtics and the points.
Yeah, I'm going to look here we're going to butt heads again. I'm going to look at Brooklyn laying the 2.5. Remember, there's not much home court advantage here. And, you know, the Bucks win, you know, in that game against the Bucks. Boston pulled down 15 fewer rebounds than Milwaukee. Milwaukee gave away the game with 16 turnovers. But it's not just Kyrie and KD. Look at the supporting cast for Brooklyn. You got Spencer Dinwiddie, Carl LeVert, Joe Harris. You know, DeAndre Jordan. We always joke about his shooting and his free throw shooting. But, you know, he does have a defensive presence. He can pull down boards. They got Shamet, Allen, and Green off the bench as well. So there's depth here. Again, we talked about the home court advantage. There isn't much of a home court advantage, so we'll butt heads here, and I'll look at the Brooklyn Nets. All right, we'll look at the nightcap, Clippers and Nuggets here with the Nuggets here, a bit of a home dog in this one.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the best game of the day by far. You have a Clippers team that wants revenge against a Nuggets team that's to prove they're still one of the elite teams in the West. My initial lean right now is to the Clippers, only because I think that the way that Denver lost to Sacramento the other night, I think that's going to have a bit of a lingering effect. Denver has to get up for this game because the Clippers, like I said, they want blood after how they went out of the playoffs last year. I think you may say, oh, there's a bit of a hangover for the Clippers after beating the rival Lakers, but I think, if anything, this adds fuel to their fire. I think they want this win. I think Kawhi and Paul George want this win, and I think they're going to get it convincingly. I like the points of the Clippers.
We are butting heads on every game.
Oh my!
We are butting heads on every game because I like the Nuggets. You don't want to lose 2 home games, and I think it woke up the Nuggets here. And of course, the key here is Jokic around the bucket. And I don't know how they're going to defend that paint here. This Clipper team. So I like Jokic around the bucket, getting easy shots, kicking out for those open threes. There'll be good looks from the perimeter here for the Nuggets. And you know what? They did come. One thing about revenge, I'm more of a revenge guy when it comes to college sports, but in the NBA, it gets in your head. I think the Nuggets got in their head a little bit. They won 4 of the final 5 game of that playoff series. And again, when you look at that Laker-Clipper game, the Lakers really struggled making the 3-point shots. And one thing about the Clippers, their defense around the bucket really wasn't that impressive there against the Lakers. It was just Lakers missing threes, as usual, the case in the regular season. But anyway, we will butt heads with that one. All right, we'll continue here on the drive-through. Now it's time to go ahead and recap the picks from the show today. All right, we got to start here with Alaninos. He liked the Pelicans Heat to go under 224.5. Chris Ruffalo, Iowa, -6.5 against Minnesota. That's college hoops. Razawaki on the NFL game. Saints -7 against the Vikings. Mitch was on the Mavericks and Lakers under 227.5. Yours truly on Michigan State +1.5 against Wisconsin college hoops. Early start on Christmas Day. All right, we'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, I have a bit of a headache after butting heads with you so many times, but I think I'm done with that for today. So I'm going to agree with you. I like Michigan State +1.5 against Wisconsin.
All right, agreement there with Michigan State +1.5. All right, Al. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I really like all of these plays a lot, so I would parlay them, play them individually, however you want to do it. I really like all these plays a lot. However, the one that definitely won't be making my premium card probably be the Lakers Mavericks under, but I like it a lot, so I'll pick that one. And
All right.
just because I already have 5 NBA plays, and I think I'm good for the NBA for tomorrow. Won't be touching the totals there, but
right.
but I think it's a good play nonetheless.
Yeah, I have to say Mitch as well with the under 227.5 by the Lakers. And one thing I noticed with the Lakers, are a veteran team. Some of these young teams, they don't like going to the hole against those bigger, thicker bodies. When you're a young guy, barely over 20, it hurts. Making contact with these guys and and let me tell you, veteran teams, they know that. And we saw that last year. I think I talked about that last year with these young teams going up against the Lakers. They don't want to mix up in that middle against them because it'll hurt when you're not going to run into them. So I agree there. I like that Mitch's play there, Mavericks and Lakers under 227.5. All right, don't forget Mitch's morning show every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We'll get it started. And of course, don't forget he'll have his halftime pick at halftime of the Vikings and Saints. Make sure you have that, your portable device, your iPhone, your iPad, and make sure you set that notification because once it hits half, get that halftime pick from Mitch, and he'll have the morning show as well at 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew for today's show, and we'll give everyone a nice wave goodbye. Have yourself a great night, and we're back here with the Drive Through Monday live